what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Jim Hardy. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Of course, Auburn with a big matchup with Florida this weekend on Saturday, Final Four. Duke and Houston, Auburn, and Florida. We'll see who ends up playing for the national championship. We'll talk about that. Auburn gets a commitment for next year's basketball program, which, of course, we're all aware that Auburn is very senior-laden. They will lose quite a few members off this team. Still up in the air about a couple of few guys, whether they will be back or not. But we'll talk about that. Auburn got a pretty impressive member of that team committed in a power forward from Central Florida, Keyshawn Hall, that we'll talk about. We'll look at that. We'll break down the numbers, get Jim's thoughts on Auburn and Florida and that matchup. Talk about some spring football. That's kind of gone under the radar. And rightly so, with Auburn being in the Final Four, and that's, basketball still going on. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. So, but we'll talk about some spring football and, of course, anything and everything that you'd like to talk about. 256-234-6221. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. And we will get to as many of those comments on our social media, YouTube and Facebook, as we can throughout the show today. Again, thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Jim, good to see you. Again, the schedule kind of changed up a little bit, so it's been a while since we've actually done a show. So,
it's good refreshing to have a break every now and then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No problem. I'll tell you what, let's dive into this first. It's kind of odd to be talking about next year before the season's over, but this is the world that we live in. The transfer portal is open,
right? And
guys are jumping in and out. So you got to do what you got to do. Bruce Pearl's wearing quite a few hats here, he and his staff. But Keyshawn Hall, 6'7", 245 pounds. Is that 235 pounds?
Yeah, that sounds like something an inside linebacker.
I mean, yeah. So. But a 235-pound, 6'7" power forward, he started out at UNLV, then he moved to Central Florida. He averaged, I think, 18 for Central Florida. So, he shoots 42%, 42.7% from the floor, 35.4% from behind the arc. And he had 7.1 rebounds, 2.4 assists per game. So this is a guy that fills up the stat sheet. It's a guy that's got some length. He's a dynamic shooter. He can create his own shot. Sounds like this is a big-time get.
Sounds like this is a Bruce Pearl prototype. I mean, he loves to have these kind of guys on his program all the time.
Right.
And it's no coincidence that these guys want to come to the program. I had heard or read, or maybe it was read earlier, that this child never even came, or this young man never even came to the campus. He committed sight unseen.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a team going to the Final Four, then, I mean.
Speaks for itself.
And again, I go back to the fact of just look at Dylan Cardwell. Mm-hmm. Just look at Chaney Johnson. Look at Denver Jones. Look at these guys and look at Janai Broome, for that matter. And Bruce Pearl and his staff develop talent. Mm-hmm. They take, guys that they bring in, they get better. I mean, there are some guys that don't make it, and to be perfectly honest, there may be a guy or two on this roster right now that leaves, goes somewhere else.
Right.
That happens. It happens everywhere.
There's not too many left on there to actually leave. So.
No, well, there's one that I'm thinking about.
Oh, okay. Mr. Howard. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I hope he comes back.
I mean,
I think that could be great.
Yeah, all indications in the world, he's got all the basketball talent in the world.
Sure.
It's just getting his attitude on the same page as Bruce and everybody else.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's the scouting report, and then I'll go into. We'll try to take a snapshot of what next year might look like, and the coaching staff's not done yet with bringing in guys, but Hall led the Big 12 in scoring. 6'7", 235-pound forward, wired to fill it up. He shot over 35% from behind the arc. Hall was one of the most effective drivers at almost a point per possession, 0.96 at the high major ranks. Drew 6.7 fouls per 40 minutes, which ranked second in the Big 12. And he was 81% from the free throw line.
That's what.
It's always a big one.
You saw the game. Some of the games that we lost, and some of the games that ended up being close games, were because of free throws. I think you definitely hit a home run when you get somebody in the 80s and closer to 90 of a free throw shooter.
No question. Awesome in transition. He's a creative scorer in the half court. Can settle in as an inverted screens. To create mismatches, can score, operate ball screens, can run the floor. Hasn't ever been part of a really good defense. And there are some questions if he'd accept a smaller usage rate, which is what Pearl obviously likes to do. He likes to have, 8 or 9 guys that he likes to run out there. So you get less minutes.
And what did you say he was averaging minutes? Is he playing 30 minutes a game?
It doesn't say what he was averaging minute-wise.
Okay.
But
that would be a step back. If at Central Florida you were the guy or maybe the second guy, and you were playing 30-plus minutes a game, that would be some guys.
Sure.
If Bruce says I'm only going to give you 15 a game, some guys may not accept that.
And there's only so many minutes to go around.
Right.
Now, and that other part, that little, he hasn't been part of a dynamic defense.
Right.
Bruce Pearl kind of demands guys to play defense. Mm-hmm. Some guys don't like to do that.
Right.
That's going to be an interesting transition for him to come in, and that's to see what it's like to be part of an Auburn program where that is something that you demand. Now, to Todd Pettiford, I'm guessing, I'm assuming he's going to be back. Now, could he get drafted? Could he go? I probably. I mean, right now, scouts are paying pretty good attention to him every time he makes a huge shot. But I'm pretty sure. I say that he's not going to be a first-round guy.
You'd say it's more 80-20 that he'd come back.
I would. That's probably where I'd put it.
Right.
70-30 at least.
Right. And then at that number, it's even got to be a business decision. That if he fell into that 25 to 30%, and they say, okay, your first contract out the door, we're going to give you this, but Auburn's going to give you that, then you may stick around because money's better in college.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that. Now, Ja'Kai Howard. 6'6", 185. Again, all the talent in the world, but hardly any impact this year.
Well, there was some impact. I think it was just on a plane.
He has seemed frustrated.
Yes.
And so, will he be back? I don't know. But those are the only two guys, basically.
Well, you got to. I mean, to him again, it's a business decision in not as much money, but as in you got a boatload of freshmen that are coming in. You're going out in the portal and getting other people. Has Bruce made him that deal and said, "Hey, buddy, you're gonna start, or is he giving him, you're going to have to come in here and work for the spot? We believe you can earn it. Right. We believe you are the best, but you got to work for it. And he may not just, he's like we've talked about before, he's a product of one of these AAU leagues. He's used to being the man and not playing that high-pressure defense. He's shown it in the games he's played in this year. He'll stand over in the corner and wait for a three-point ball and just stand there, and everybody else is celebrating, and he's still standing there. So is that attitude come to a point of change, or is that attitude come to it's time for me to go to a different school?
Chad Baker-Mazzara, 6'7", 180. He could be back because of the JUCO ruling.
Correct.
The Diego Pavia rule. Chaney Johnson, there's a Division II lawsuit just like the junior college rule, so that's 50-50 whether he could be back. So he's 6'7". So that's 3 guys right now that you got 6'7".
Right.
You got 6'8". Sebastian Williams Adams, who is a guy that Bruce Pearl is bringing in. You got Caden Magwood, Simon Walker. Those are 2 wing guys, 6'4" and 6'1". And Abdul Bashir, another guy, 6'7", 180, shooter, scorer. So you got some pretty good length.
Oh, yeah.
But no, you
don't have a 7-footer.
You don't have any 7-footers. You don't have any 6'11", 6'10s yet.
Right.
You're going to have to bring in somebody, a big guy.
Right.
At least one, maybe, hopefully 2.
Right.
But, that looks like a lineup that could really score. And it may be a completely different kind of team than the one we see this year. But that doesn't mean it won't be
as productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even more so.
Right.
So we'll see. But, Keyshawn Hall committing to Auburn from USC, number 10 player, number 3 power forward in the transfer portal. Got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big, no job is too small, because commercial or residential. Give them a call today for all of your needs, 334-531-0199. Russell Dewitt Center. They got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Dewitt Center today. And finally, Sense of Green, heating, cooling, and insulation for air that's cool and clean. Call Sense of Green, 334-487-3555. All right, Jim, Auburn and Florida. Florida is an early 2.5-point favorite. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it today. I don't know if it's moved any. But this one at 5 o'clock on CBS on Saturday. Early thoughts on this. This is your first time on this week. JJ and I talked about it yesterday, and Randy and I talked about it on Tuesday. The first go-around was February the 8th. Florida won that one 90-81 in Neville Arena, which that certainly should give us all pause to look back. What went wrong in that game? How can we correct it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, looking at the first time around, I think that, Auburn didn't play the level of defense that they normally play. If you're seeing in these ball games they're winning, they're holding people from 80 and under, kind of in that 70 range. Is how they finish. And I don't know, because of all the weapons Florida's got, can they do that is a question to me. And it's what you and I were discussing off air, is Broom going to give you what he gives you? Because in the last ball game, he just gave you 25 points. Can he give you 25 against Florida? Because that's pretty stout. And then you got to look at their game plan. If I'm the coach, I'm going to go attack Broom, maybe double team him at times, put people on him and kind of rough him up a little bit. Yeah. So can the other guys, the ones you've been talking about that could possibly stay or go, can Pettiford throw it in the ocean over there and knock them down? Can Kelly knock them down? The big factor to me, though, is Clayton Jr. I mean, he is the guy for them. Most people don't know he was a 4-star quarterback coming out of high school. Didn't really have basketball a lot on his radar. I think I read he had like 18 or 20 scholarship offers to major D1 to play football. So he's got that mindset. He's been back there and made decisions and watched things move in front of him like you would on a football field and see all these pieces move. I think he's the key to the game. If Denver Jones can lock him down and make him have an off night, then Auburn wins a basketball game. If Clayton has his normal game that he has, it's going to be one of them that what they're already predicting. It's going to come down to the 2 or 3 points, the last shot kind of thing.
The first go-round, Clayton Jr. had 19.
There you go.
But it was the other two that really, it was Condon and Hall had 17 and 16. Mm-hmm. Those two guys, I mean, that cannot happen.
But now think about
again this time.
Think about the piece that I just said. If Denver Jones takes Clayton and he don't have the 19, he has 8. That's a big difference.
And they had 19 rebounds between the two of them too.
Right.
I'm just saying those two guys were a huge factor in that first one.
Right. And I think that's game planning as well. I think Bruce, has already alluded to some of his press conferences that they came in with a great game plan and they attacked him in ways that he wasn't as quite prepared that they might go at it. That's the great thing about watching teams that play 2 times and 3 times. Mm-hmm. They've seen about every X and O you can throw at them. It's going to come down to who the better ball players are now. Can you straight up man-to-man Denver Jones? Can you cover Clayton Jr. or not? Is he going to beat you?
One thing that certainly concerns me, and I think it concerns most of us, is that Auburn has not shot the ball really well the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Now you're changing venues. It's a different gym.
Right.
It's a different eye level, Right. Miles Kelly he can turn it on, and if he sees 2 or 3 go down, look out.
Well, I think that's what he's already said too. In Lexington, he just saw the gold so well in Lexington. I mean, that hoop he said looked huge, and like you said, maybe the new venue. This is going to be the other part and it could play into Auburn's hand of having all these seniors. You're fixing to play into 80, 90,000 people, not these 15, 20,000 venues anymore. You're fixing to play with the big dogs. So is the moment get too big for you too? That's the questions I have.
We'll see. You look at the numbers; they're eerily similar. Mm-hmm. Florida shoots field goal percentage 47.3%. Auburn 47.7%. They give up opponents field goal percentage. Florida 40%. Auburn 40.6%. Florida from the 3-point arc, 35.7% field goal percentage. Auburn, 36.1. Florida makes 9.9 a game. Auburn only makes 9.1. That was a big difference too. First go round, Florida made 13 threes. Auburn only made 7. Can you run them off the 3-point line defensively? Can you get some clean, good looks?
You and I have talked about it all season in basketball that we've always said that Auburn's number is about 10 threes that they need to make in a game.
Yep.
It looks like to me with that stat, Florida got Auburn off that 3-point line.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. So if, that's one of those great statistics there, if that matchup is the other way around, who wins ball game now? If Auburn has the 13 threes and Florida has 7, I think Auburn's walking out of there pretty held, with an 8 to 10 point win.
Florida shot 83% from the free throw line. They were 15 of 18. Auburn was only 14 of 23 from the free throw line in the first go around. I mean, think about that. They made 13 threes to our 7. I mean, that's 18 points difference.
Sure.
And we left 7. We left 9 points on the free throw line. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the game.
Yeah.
I mean, now granted, that's why we were down by 18 or whatever at one time. So can't have that. Got to play up to your numbers for the season here. Got to for this to be a game because they really crashed the boards. That's going to be. It was dead even the first go round. Can you maintain that? Do that again? And I mean, is Janai Brim 100% healthy? I mean, that's going to be the key because that's like you and I talked about off the air. With him leaving the court the way he did, even though he shot that 3-pointer and made it, he still was favoring that arm that he didn't want to use it unless he had to. Oh, yeah.
Can you recover from something like that in 5 or 6 days? And when it's put back under pressure, one of those they go up for a rebound and one of those big guys tangle up with him, is he right back down?
No. What do you think? 256-234-6221. More to come right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check out the Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. Make the savings drive to Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Just a few more segments left in today's show. Again, thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. I'd like to remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. It's a great place to get some great food in the Montgomery or Auburn area. They got a wide variety of steaks, ribs, Conecuh burgers, steak burgers, a little bit of everything. They got a wide variety of wine as well. Daily lunch specials. Go and check out their website, steaksinwine.com. They have actually got some specials going on right now as well. Final Four, $4 sliders. Settleweight Auburn moving on to the Final Four with sliders all week long. Choose from barbecue, burger, chicken salad, cranberry chicken salad. I would go with barbecue or the burger myself. That's at, of course, March 31st through April 4th. So we're coming up toward the end of that. You got today and tomorrow the $4 sliders, and then Easter specials: beef tenderloin, mashed potatoes, fresh green beans, salad, and roll. For 4 people, $125. For 8 people, $245. Pre-cooked or uncooked. Jim?
I would say if you're going to save your time to spend more time with the Easter Bunny, you could go ahead and get them to cook it for you and have it done.
Brother, beef tenderloin?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's
if you can get a meal like that for 4,
yeah.
I mean, for $125, that is, I mean, delicate. I mean, that is a delicacy. Pork tenderloin, mashed potatoes, fresh green beans, salad, and rolls, $75 for 4 people. $145 for 8 people. For 8 people, $145.
I'd go on and get it for the 8 and have those 4 people a makeup plate to take home with them. You had some leftovers.
Beef tenderloin or pork tenderloin, whichever you prefer. And they also have a spiral ham or Boston butt, pre-cooked, 10 to 12 people, $150. Includes your choice of meat, 2 sides, and rolls. Of course, you got collards, potato salad, green bean casserole, and the sweet potato casserole, mac and cheese, cornbread dressing. My goodness, I'm getting hungry. Pineapple casserole, baked beans, mashed potatoes, fresh green beans.
You're throwing off like
spinach, squash casserole, excuse me.
Goodness.
And corn casserole.
That sounds like a Thanksgiving Day fest.
It does. My mouth's starting to water here. It sounds tremendous to me. So, Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Go and check them out again. Go and check out their website, steaksinwine.com, for all the goodies. But Easter specials and a couple of more days on those $4 sliders. Final Four sliders. They all guaranteed. It'll be really, really good. 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn. 334-209-0687. Their number there. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Great place to get some great food in the Montgomery and Auburn area. All right, got a couple of comments here, Jim, I will get to if I can. Steve says, Alabama calls themselves the blue-collar hard hat team. Auburn should have this title with players from small schools. How many 5-star players did Alabama have in recent years? Didn't Alabama have at least 4 5-star players on this roster this year? I'm not sure.
What's Holloway? He's 5, right?
Yeah,
was.
I think he was.
What about Filon? I think he was, correct?
Yeah,
okay.
Sounds right.
Oh, that's right. And then I don't think Sears was.
I don't know that big freshman.
Youngblood?
Big 6'10".
I think his name.
I can't remember what his name was.
I can see his face. Yeah,
he may have been a 5-star.
I was fixing to say I can think of 2 on that.
Maybe
squad.
Maybe so.
They just. I don't know how you get the hard hat title when you're not willing to play defense.
Well, they all wear the hard hat.
Yeah.
Those really expensive hard hats that they hand out to the students.
Yeah.
And those.
I don't know. I've always just considered a hard worker as somebody that's willing to work on both ends of the floor, offense and defense. And that's what got them beat in the end. They just don't play defense.
No, absolutely true. I think that's a good point. Anybody that doesn't play defense, you can't really consider yourself. Jerome says, hope Auburn beats Florida. Thank you, Jerome. Jerome, big Alabama fan, but willing to cross over for basketball. Appreciate that. Steve says Broom looked like he was favoring the arm, leaving Auburn yesterday during Tiger Walk. It's not what I want to hear, Steve. It's not what I want to hear. Hopefully, we'll just wait and see. I mean, we'll see if he can, if he's 100% or not. I don't think anybody's 100% at this time of year, but if he's anywhere close to it. Because Auburn's not going to win without Gerard Snybroom. I think we can all agree on that. Right?
I think they can keep it close, but they would have to play a perfect game. Yeah.
All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more a little spring football when we come back right after this.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone, 256-750-0381, or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bugs Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bugs Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bugs Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bugsisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you, taking you up to 1 o'clock. How about some spring football? It's kind of, again, going under the radar here on the Plains. I think they're going to have another scrimmage. Don't know, how much in detail it will be, but they're going to have one this weekend. But who's to say, with all the talk this day and age about guys coming in, guys leaving to go for greener pastures, bringing new guys in from the portal. How about some guys that you actually recruit as freshmen and develop, and maybe they stick around, work hard, and earn their way into the position? This is from our good friend Jason Caldwell. Robert Woodyard, linebacker from Mobile. This is a guy that came. He was going to Alabama, ended up coming to Auburn. He flipped right at the last minute. He was, a very highly touted guy, 4-star linebacker. Well, he was injured his senior year of high school, but he has kind of come in. He's been behind. He's been a role player at best. Been on the sideline most of the time. Got some playing time last year. And now it looks like he may be finally in position to go out there and be a starter, be a really solid contributor to this team. And hey, good for him.
Oh yeah.
Because Auburn's going to need him in that linebacker position. Auburn, losing a couple of guys out of that rotation. They're going to need some guys to come in and fill in with DeMarcus Riddick and to be that solid rotation there.
Well, that's the pieces that you look for in what you said. It's in an old era that guys would stick around for 3 or 4 years. They learned the system. They learned to be generals. They learned to be the quarterback on the other side because they need to get people lined up. They need to tell people where to go.
Sure.
And it's great news to my ears for you to say that somebody has stuck it out and worked through the system. And he, if anybody, obviously he's got to work in the weight room and get his physical talents up. But if anybody mentally ought to have it, he ought to have it because he's been there listening to Freeze and that staff for the longest time.
And look, those kind of guys, he's been around this long, surely he knows the defense by now.
Well, that's what you would hope.
You would hope. How about another guy, Brandon Frazier?
Yeah.
Guy's been often hurt at tight end, but, a massive talent, 6'7". Now, is he going to be like that freak show that was at Georgia? Probably not, but you saw what he could do. If he can – he's not only 6'7", he's about 250 pounds as well. He's a massive target for you.
Those type of guys are your role players to where, because Hugh is not been one of those offenses I've seen over the years that he's thrown to the tight end a bunch. So I think he asks a tight end to do as much run blocking as he does going out for routes. And at 250, you ought to be able to move somebody as a tight end.
You would think. Yeah. I would hope.
Because you're gonna be going up a lot of times against those edges that'll be around your same size, that 240 to 260.
Yep.
You're not gonna see a 300-pounder on the edge. So if you're 250-pound tight end, you ought to be able to handle yourself a little bit.
Terrence Love at safety, and Braden Joyner, the backup there at center. But he's moving. He's really challenging for one of those guard spots to play even more. This is a guy at Auburn High School.
Oh yeah, I like him a lot. Good kid.
He's one of those guys that when he came in, it was kind of an afterthought. He's like, well, he's from Auburn High School. Throw him a bone. He's worked hard. He's gotten his body in shape, and he and Terrence Love, again, both those guys have been around for a while. They about ready to really make a big time contribution to this team, and those are the kind of guys that can make a huge difference. Those are the kind of meat and potatoes kind of guys.
Sure.
That just they can really they make a difference as far as off the field. Those are the kind of guys that kind of will hold other players accountable. And that's what you want, certainly.
Well, and he's definitely, I follow a lot of his stuff on social media, and he's got his heart in the right place. He's a good kid and tried to influence other people in the right direction. And I'm with you on that side of it. I think he's definitely one of those that you want in your room of offensive linemen because he's going to be a good influence.
The word is that Auburn has we all knew and we all looked at the star rankings. The defensive back class that they brought in was stellar. Well, you never really know. But by all rights and by what we're hearing, they hit on almost all of them. Blake Woodby, Donovan Starr, Anquan Fagans out of Thompson High School, Eric Winters out of Enterprise. These guys apparently all are pretty special.
Right.
Have an opportunity, let me say, to be special.
Yeah, that's you love to see that stuff's working out, but you also want to wait till those lights come on. Because right now in practice, it is good to see them go up against other guys, but you need to see it under the lights on a Saturday. Then it's really going to shine. But that's if they're doing their job right, recruiting and analyzing players, they should be hitting on some of these.
Another Cam Coleman, Malcolm Simmons. They a lot is talked about them, but Horatio Fields, the transfer, and Sam Turner, the guy they brought in from Georgia Tech. Everybody seems to be raving over him, saying that he's going to get a lot of playing time.
Oh yeah, well, supposed to be fastest guy on the field.
Well, no, that's Eric Singleton.
Singleton. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, this is a different one.
Yeah.
So.
You got a wide receiver room that it's going to be hard to get everybody some balls.
That's true.
Yeah.
We got to take another break. We'll be back with one final segment right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit alagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Thursday afternoon. I wish this was a April Fool's joke, but it's seeing as this is the third and not the first. Prepping for his 6th collegiate season with a 5th different team, Tulane quarterback and former SEC starter T.J. Finley was arrested Wednesday in New Orleans on theft exceeding $25,000, according to court records. Tulane announced Thursday that Finley is indefinitely suspended from the team. Finley was allegedly arrested in connection with a stolen car. Court documents detail that Finley, who has been released from jail, told authorities he bought the car in Atlanta. So, miscommunication.
Yeah. Seems like he's got a problem.
Maybe it was a hot car, but he didn't realize it. But hopefully TJ can get that straightened out. His 6th collegiate season with his 5th team. That is modern college football.
He is making the most of college.
Yeah, he is. I mean, good for him.
He is definitely, for one thing for sure, when he sat down and talked to the kids later in life, he's going to be able to tell them a lot of college experiences.
If you can stay in college 6 years.
Yes.
I mean, why not?
At 5 different schools.
Learn
and be able to get a degree out of it with all those different administrations and different curriculums and everything else.
Yeah.
He ought to be, once he retires and gets no longer has eligibility, just be like a tour guide.
That's true.
Take kids on campus guys.
Well, he ought to have a good working knowledge of the South.
Yeah.
For sure. He's been to enough places for sure. Okay. Well, just thought I'd drop that little tidbit out there. Okay. Auburn and Florida. Houston and let's start with Houston and Duke. Who you like?
Houston.
Okay. Runaway, close game, buzzer beater.
Yeah, I don't think the thing is, and I got to looking back at the numbers. You know, we went over this. I forgot what it was a couple weeks back when the NCAA started about the ratings of offensive efficiency versus defensive efficiency. We picked all the numbers. I told everybody out there what was going to happen. You should have listened, because the top 8 that was in the Elite 8 of the actual NCAA tournament, 7 of the 8 made it. Outside of St. John's, as one didn't make it.
The only team that I remember you saying that didn't was Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson. Now
they got upset early.
Now I'm about to bring them up because they were such great defensive efficiency that they were able to, during the season, shut Duke down and make them look like a normal basketball team because they played defense. Nobody else has really played a lot of defense with Duke.
Right.
Guess who's better than Houston at defense? I mean, better than Clemson is Houston.
Yeah.
Houston is about to step in there and make a statement. I'm just telling you, there's so many things, so many signs, so many coaching aspects pointing into this is a setup for Houston to make a big splash.
I will. The only thing I'll push back on is I say, so many times in March when you get to the Elite 8, and you get to the Final Four, it's more about individual players.
Yeah. Well.
And those guys can step up.
Sure.
So a Cooper Flagg, an individual player or 1 or 2 guys, and on Duke.
But
if there's going to be now, I picked Auburn and Houston to play for it all. So I'm with you.
Gotcha.
But I'm just saying, Duke's got some studs.
No, there's no question. I think it's the atmosphere that we brought up as well. You got a bunch of freshmen from Duke fixing to play into an 80,000, 90,000 arena.
That's fair, too.
One thing that travels in every sport, defense. And if you're good at defense, you're good.
Houston's a lot like Auburn. They're a upperclassman team.
Correct. And they got
some grown men on there.
Correct. Great work ethic. I read a big story on them the other day. The coach he's went to like 5 different programs, won everywhere he's been. He's been 2 Coach of the Years, 3 or 4 Final Fours. I mean, the man knows how to coach it, so there's nothing going to be too big for him in this ballgame.
If they'd have left him alone at Indiana,
yes.
Think about where they'd be.
Sure.
But because you know why they fired him? Because he made too many phone calls.
So yes, my prediction, and I'm assuming because you said it in your Final Four, Houston's there as well. I mean, in the Final 2.
Yeah. I got them there.
Yeah.
And I'm Auburn, Florida.
Yep. This is the part I was torn. I went in one bracket by the numbers, and I chose Auburn to play Houston for the national title. In another bracket, just because I got my feelings involved, I thought there's no way that Auburn, some of the things that are going on, they can overcome it later on. So I picked Florida in one bracket, Florida and Houston in a bracket, and Auburn and Houston in a bracket too. That was my 2, national
covering your bets.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, who's going to be?
In this ball game, Florida's going to win the ball game.
Florida's going to
win. And I hope I'm dead wrong, and I'm picking with the numbers. I'm not picking with my heart because my orange and blue glasses, I want Auburn to win. I hope they show out. I hope Broome has 35 points.
So it'll be Auburn and Duke.
Yes, it would more than likely, because it's been right all the way through the program now. This is when the numbers will go bad and it'll go Auburn Duke.
Well, I'm going with Auburn.
There you go.
I'm rolled with them. They've been the best team all year long. I know Florida's been playing better, but I think Auburn's got their edge back, and I think they're going to shoot the ball. They're going to at least 2 of the 4 guys.
Got one statistic
are going to shoot the lights.
We already talked about it earlier in the show. 3-pointers. Mm-hmm. This is what's going to matter.
Yep.
Because I think you said Auburn had 7 the first time around. Florida had 13.
Yep.
Walter Clayton Jr. leads March Madness with 15 3-pointers by himself. That is the key to the ball game. If you make him become subhuman and be a real guy, and maybe he only has 1 to 2 in the ball game, you really put pressure on him.
Paging Denver Jones.
There you go.
Down.
Denver, if you're watching, Walter's the man.
Absolutely, for sure. Happy birthday today, Wayne Newton.
Oh, wow.
Dankeschön.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Murphy, Marlon Brando, is born on this day. That's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. He's Jim. I'm Andy. War Eagle. We'll talk again soon.